Welcome to the Netherlands, a land where windmills turn gently under endless skies, where canals weave stories through ancient cities, and where tulip fields stretch like living rainbows across the horizon. But Holland is more than just postcard beauty. It's a place where history meets innovation, where timeless traditions live alongside modern art, and where every cobbled street, blooming garden, and quiet waterway tells its own story. In this video, we'll take you beyond the guidebooks, to castles hidden in forests, seas that vanish with the tide, and cities where culture dances with charm. Get ready to explore the Netherlands like never before. Imagine stepping into a dream where millions of flowers stretch as far as the eye can see. This is Keukenhof, one of the largest flower gardens in the world, often called the Garden of Europe. Every spring, over 7 million tulips, daffodils, and hyacinths bloom in carefully curated patterns, creating a surreal explosion of color. As you walk along the winding paths, every corner unveils a new palette, from deep purples to fiery reds and golden yellows. The air is filled with the sweet scent of blossoms, and everywhere you look, nature speaks in poetry. Not far from Amsterdam lies Zaanse Schans, a preserved 18th century village that feels like stepping back in time. Here, iconic Dutch windmills slowly turn against a cloudy sky, their wooden sails creaking in rhythm with the breeze. Charming green-painted cottages line the cobbled streets, and traditional craftsmen demonstrate centuries-old trades, cheese-making, wooden shoe carving, and more. The smoke of fresh stroopwafels drifts from bakery chimneys as locals and travelers alike marvel at the artistry and simplicity of life in historic Holland. Far from the city's noise lies Giethoorn, a storybook village crisscrossed entirely by canals. There are no cars here, just tranquil waterways, wooden bridges, and whisper-quiet boats gliding through reflective water. Cottages with thatched roofs sit behind flower-filled gardens, their reflections shimmering beneath willow trees. It's a place where time seems to stand still. As you float gently under arched bridges, it's easy to forget the modern world even exists. In the heart of Amsterdam, the Rijksmuseum stands as a monument to centuries of Dutch creativity. Inside, masterpieces like Rembrandt's The Night Watch and Vermeer's The Milkmaid come alive under the soft glow of gallery lights. The museum is not just about viewing art. It's about stepping into a time when the Netherlands was at the center of global trade, science, and expression. Each painting, sculpture, and artifact is a window into a vibrant past that still shapes Dutch identity today. Just a few blocks away, the Van Gogh Museum offers a deeply personal encounter with one of the world's most beloved artists. Here, his brushstrokes tell stories of longing, beauty, and struggle. You stand before sunflowers, feel the swirl of starry night, and understand the weight behind each self-portrait. It's a museum that doesn't just showcase art, it reveals the fragile soul behind it. You don't just see Van Gogh, you feel him. Even in the bustling capital, nature has a voice. Vondelpark is Amsterdam's answer to Central Park, a sprawling green escape in the middle of the city. Locals lounge on picnic blankets, musicians strum acoustic guitars, and bikers pass by on winding trails lined with chestnut trees. Birds chirp above as the scent of freshly cut grass and cafe espresso lingers in the air. It's a peaceful retreat where urban energy meets natural calm. South of Rotterdam lies Kinderdijk, a UNESCO World Heritage Site where 19 traditional windmills stand proudly in a row. These majestic structures were built in the 18th century to manage water levels in the low-lying Dutch landscape. As you walk or cycle along the dikes, the rhythmic turn of the blades and the stillness of the water around them create a sense of quiet reverence. Kinderdijk isn't just a tourist site, it's a symbol of Dutch resilience and engineering genius. For those craving untouched nature, Texel Island delivers in full. With windswept beaches, rolling dunes, and sheep-dotted pastures, it feels worlds away from the mainland. You can hike through the dunes of Texel National Park, watch seals basking on sandbanks, or cycle beside wildflowers that sway in salty breeze. It's a raw, elemental version of the Netherlands. Wild, free, and deeply serene. While Amsterdam holds the past, Rotterdam points to the future. After being nearly destroyed in World War II, the city reinvented itself as a hub of bold design and innovation. The Erasmus Bridge stretches across the Maas River like a steel swan, while cube-shaped houses and glass towers challenge your sense of space. Rotterdam pulses with life. Its markets, harbors, and modern art museums, blending urban energy with maritime soul. Hidden among lush woods and shimmering ponds near the city of Utrecht, the Haar Castle rises like something from a medieval legend. With its towering turrets, drawbridges, and rose gardens, it's the largest castle in the Netherlands, and perhaps the most enchanting. Once the private retreat of nobility and Hollywood stars alike, De Haar now welcomes visitors into its velvet-draped halls, where chandeliers hang like frozen waterfalls and portraits whisper stories of aristocracy. Walking its grounds feels like being a guest in an era long past, but never forgotten. Along the northern coastline of the Netherlands lies one of the most unique ecosystems in the world, the Wadden Sea, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Here, the tide reveals vast sandbanks and mudflats that stretch endlessly into the horizon. It's a place where you can literally walk across the seafloor during low tide, guided by experts who explain the fragile beauty of this tidal world. Seals lounge on the sand, migratory birds swarm above, and every step you take connects you deeper to nature's rhythm. Far in the north, the city of Groningen blends historic charm with vibrant student life. Its skyline is crowned by the towering Martinitoren, a 15th century church that has watched over the city for centuries. Yet beneath its ancient stone lies a pulse of modern creativity, street art, buzzing cafes, and a thriving bike culture. From its art museum's futuristic architecture to the lively fish markets on Saturdays, Groningen offers a side of Holland that's youthful, dynamic, and full of surprises. In the southernmost tip of the Netherlands, Maastricht feels like a crossroads of cultures. With its cobblestone alleys, Roman ruins, and bustling squares, the city carries both Dutch and international soul. Sit by the River Meuse and sip local wine, or wander the underground caves of the St. Petersburg Hill. Once a quarry, now a labyrinth of wartime stories and ancient fossils. Maastricht is history you can touch, but also a modern hub for food, music, and quiet sophistication. While Keukenhof gets much of the fame, the real tulip magic happens in the open countryside of Bollenstreek, the bulb region. Here, endless rows of tulips bloom in perfectly aligned stripes of vibrant color, like a painter's brushstroke on a land. In April, you can rent a bike and cycle past these fields, where every turn in the road reveals a fresh panorama of blooming wonder. The experience is humbling, vast, natural, and profoundly Dutch. The name says it all. Gouda is more than a cheese. It's a slice of heritage. Every Thursday during the spring and summer, the town hosts a traditional cheese market where wheels of golden Gouda are stacked, weighed, and traded by vendors in old Dutch costume. Surrounding the market square are Gothic buildings, cozy cafes, and canals where boats drift quietly by. The scent of freshly baked stroopwafels mingles with the sharp tang of aged cheese, creating a sensory celebration of Dutch flavor and tradition. In the heart of the Netherlands lies de Hoge Veluwe National Park, a place where nature and culture coexist in harmony. Wander through dense pine forests, silent heathlands, and sand dunes shaped by the wind. It's also home to the famous Kröller-Müller Museum, which houses one of the largest Van Gogh collections in the world. Imagine cycling through untouched landscapes, then stepping inside to see the cafe terrace at night, up close. In de Hoge Veluwe, you don't just walk through a park, you walk through a living canvas. Down in Zealand, where land and sea are locked in a centuries-long struggle, stands one of the most impressive feats of Dutch engineering, the Oosterschelde barrier. This isn't just a dam, it's a gigantic mechanical shield that can close during storm surges, protecting the southern Netherlands from catastrophic flooding. It's part of the Delta Works, called the eighth wonder of the world by some.